There is a dangerous gap in your month. It happens right after you get paid. The money lands, you feel relief, you breathe a little, and then before your future gets paid, your lifestyle starts making decisions. That gap is where the leak begins, not at the end of the month, not when your balance is already low, not when you finally ask, where did all my money go? The leak starts in the first few minutes after payday, because payday does not just give you money. Payday gives you permission to relax, permission to treat yourself, permission to stop worrying for a few hours, permission to believe this month might be different. But if there is no system waiting for the money, this month will not be different. It will just be the same cycle wearing a fresh pay slip. And that is what we are fixing today, because the first 10 minutes after payday can either protect your future or quietly hand your money back to the same habits that drained it last month. This is the payday blueprint, and by the end of this video, you will know the exact order your money should move in before emotion gets involved, because that is the part nobody talks about. Money does not disappear randomly. It disappears in an order. And if you do not choose the order, your lifestyle will choose it for you. Let's start with the part that feels personal. Payday feels good because the days before it usually do not. The rent is waiting, the bills are waiting, the credit card is waiting, the food shop is waiting, the thing you delayed is waiting, the thing you promised yourself you would finally sort out is waiting. So when the money lands, your brain does not calmly say, let's build a financial operating system. No, it says, finally, I can breathe. And that is completely human, annoying, but human. The problem is that relief is expensive when it has access to your bank account. Relief says, you deserve something. Stress says, make this week feel better. Tiredness says, order in. Comparison says, you are behind. Comfort says, do not look too closely. And your future says, could I maybe get something this month? But your future whispers, your habits shout. That is why your future keeps getting paid last. And if your future keeps getting paid last, eventually your future stops getting paid at all. Here's the first uncomfortable truth. Your bank balance after payday is lying to you, not because the number is fake, because the number is incomplete. If 2,500 pounds lands in your account, your brain sees 2,500 pounds. But that is not the real number. The real number is what remains after your future. Bills, debt, essentials, and planned spending have been assigned. Until that happens, the balance is not freedom, it is unassigned pressure, and unassigned money is dangerous because every part of your life starts competing for it. Bills compete, debt competes, food competes, subscriptions compete, lifestyle competes, emotional spending competes, the weekend competes, and somehow the future is expected to win politely from the back of the queue. That is not a system. That is financial Hunger Games with direct debits. So the first shift is this: do not treat payday as money arriving. Treat payday as money needing instructions. The money lands, then it needs orders immediately, not later, not after a quick treat, not after you see how the month goes. That phrase is where money goes to die quietly. See how the month goes usually means let the month spend first, then hope the future gets leftovers. And leftover money is not a strategy. Leftover money is what happens after every louder desire has eaten. So here's the system. It is called the Payday Protection Order. 5 moves: future first, bills second, debt third, spending fourth, fun last. That is the order. And before anyone gets dramatic, fun being last does not mean fun is banned. This is not financial prison with a spreadsheet warden. Fun being last means fun happens after the important parts are protected. That is how you enjoy money without sabotaging yourself every time life gets stressful. Now let's break it down. Step 1. Future first. This is the most important move because it changes the entire psychology of payday. The first money that moves should go toward your future. Emergency fund, savings, investing, a house deposit, a business fund, a long-term goal. Whatever your current stage is, the principle is the same. Your future gets paid before your lifestyle gets a vote. Not because the amount will change your life overnight, it will not. A 25-pound transfer will not magically turn you into Warren Buffett in a hoodie, but it changes the order, and the order matters because 25 pounds move first is a system. 25 pounds maybe saved later is a wish. Those are not the same thing. When you move future money first, you are telling yourself, my future is not optional. That is how you start breaking the cycle. Now here's the part that will make some people uncomfortable. If you cannot move anything to your future on payday, you need to know that immediately, not at the end of the month, not after 4 weeks of guessing, immediately. Because that tells you something important. It tells you whether the problem is income, expenses, debt, lifestyle, or a system that has not been built yet. Clarity is not always comfortable, but confusion is more expensive. Step 2, bills second. After the future is paid, your fixed commitments need to be separated. Rent or mortgage, utilities, phone, insurance, transport, any direct debits, anything that must be paid for your life to keep functioning without turning into a paperwork horror film. The goal is simple. Separate committed money from spendable money, because one of the biggest payday mistakes is looking at your full balance and treating it like freedom. It is not freedom. Some of that money already belongs to bills. Some of it already belongs to debt. Some of it already belongs to food. Some of it already belongs to your future. If all of it sits together in one account, your brain gets tricked. It sees one big number, then it spends from that number. Then the bills arrive like villains with calendar invites. So separate the bills early. Even better, use a separate bills account or pot. One account for bills, one for spending, one for savings, one for fun. A single account hides the truth. Separate pots make the truth harder to ignore, which is irritating and useful. Step 3, debt third. If you have debt, payday needs a debt rule. Not a mood, not guilt, not panic. A rule. Minimum payments are the floor. Extra payments need a clear plan. You can use the highest interest method. You can use the smallest balance method. You can use whatever approach keeps you moving consistently. But the important part is this. Debt must be addressed before lifestyle spending gets comfortable, because debt loves the phrase, "I'll sort it later." So on payday, decide the debt move. Make the payment, or move the money into the debt pot. But do not leave debt competing with random spending for attention. It will lose in the short term, and you will lose in the long term. Now pause here, because this is the point where people usually start thinking, but my money is already tight. Good. That is exactly why this order matters. A payday system does not pretend you have more money. It shows you the truth earlier. And seeing the truth earlier is better than discovering it when the month has already eaten your options. Step 4, spending fourth. This is normal life spending. Food, transport, household items, personal care, basic monthly needs. This part needs honesty, not fantasy. Do not write down the version of your spending that would exist if you were suddenly a calm monk with meal prep containers and no emotional needs. Write the real number. If food usually costs 350 pounds, do not budget 180 pounds because you felt ambitious for 8 minutes. That is not discipline, that is fiction with a calculator. Your spending limit has to match your actual life, then improve gradually. Because if the number is too unrealistic, you will break it by week 2 and then use that as proof the whole system failed. It did not fail. You lied to the system and the system reported back. Beautiful, really. The key is to spot the difference between spending and leaking. Spending is money you plan to use. Leaking is money that escapes without a real decision. A delivery because you were tired. An upgrade because it was only a few pounds more. A subscription you forgot. A fee you ignored. A purchase made during stress, boredom, loneliness, or comparison. One leak is small, repeated leaks become a pattern, and patterns build outcomes. That is why spending comes after the future, bills, and debt, not before. Step 5, fun last. This is where people misunderstand the system. Fun last does not mean joy last. It means guilt-free joy after protection. There is a difference. If you spend for fun before the future is paid, the enjoyment comes with background anxiety. You enjoy it, but part of you knows the money was supposed to go somewhere else. That is not freedom. That is expensive tension. But if the future is paid, the bills are handled, the debt rule is followed, and essentials are covered, then fun money becomes clean. You can use it without pretending. You can enjoy it without mental gymnastics. You can spend it without telling yourself a suspicious little story about how it's fine. That is the point. Not less life, less chaos. Now let's make this painfully real. Imagine payday arrives. 2,500 pounds lands. No system. The full balance feels good. You pay a few bills, you order something, you go out, you cover groceries, a subscription hits, a forgotten payment comes out. You buy a few little things because the month has been long and apparently the human nervous system has a shopping basket. By week 2, the account feels smaller. By week 3, you start avoiding it. By week 4, you are waiting for payday again, Same cycle, same frustration, same question, where did it go? Now use the payday protection order. 2,500 pounds lands. First, 150 pounds goes to the future. Second, 1,300 pounds goes to bills. Third, 200 pounds goes to debt. Fourth, 600 pounds goes to essentials. That leaves 250 pounds for flexible, fun, and extras. Now that 250 pounds may feel smaller than the original balance, because it is, but it is honest. And honest money is useful money. The old version gave you the illusion of 2,500 pounds. The system gives you the truth of 250 pounds. That truth might annoy you. Good, it should, because the truth shows you what your current setup can actually support. Maybe your lifestyle is too heavy, maybe debt is taking too much oxygen, maybe bills are too high, maybe income needs to grow, maybe emotional spending is eating the gap. Maybe the problem is not one big mistake. Maybe it is the order, and once you see the order, you can change it. That is the whole point. This is why more income alone does not always fix the problem. Because if your money has no order at 2,500 pounds, it may still have no order at 3,500 pounds. The numbers get bigger, the leaks get more expensive, the lifestyle adjusts, the stress returns wearing better shoes. So before you chase more money, build a system that can hold more money. That is the part people skip. They want the raise, the bonus, the side hustle, the extra income, all useful, but more water does not help if the bucket has holes. And payday is where you find the holes. Here's your 10-minute payday routine. The moment you get paid, do not spend, do not browse, do not reward yourself first. Open your payday plan. Step 1, move future money. Step 2, separate bills. Step 3, handle debt. Step 4, set the spending limit. Step 5, set the fun limit. Then live from the real number. That is it. 10 minutes. Not a full financial retreat, not a personality transplant. 10 minutes. The goal is to close the payday gap before your habits walk through it, because that gap is where the leak starts. Now here's the challenge. Before your next payday, write your payday protection order somewhere you will actually see it. Future first, bills second, debt third, spending fourth, fun last. Then choose the exact amount you will move to your future first, not the perfect amount, the realistic amount, whatever proves the order has changed. Because this is not about pretending one transfer solves everything. It is about building a system that repeats, a system that survives stress, a system that still works when you are tired, a system that protects your future before the month starts negotiating with you. That is the first build. The Wealth Autopsy exposed the traps. The Blueprint Build series is where we start putting systems in place, and the first system is payday. If this felt personal, download the free Wealth Autopsy Fix kit linked in the bio or description. Start with the Time Trap Fix if you feel like you're working hard but not getting freer. Start with the Comfort Trap Fix if your routine feels safe but your progress is not moving. Use the kit to audit the pattern, face the evidence, and build the system. Because the autopsy is complete, now we build, and the first thing we build is payday.